Earlier this week, we were able to add to a multi-mount that has been in the works for a really long time, and that got me wanting to kind of start working on another one that I think would be really cool to eventually complete. We have a really big diamond grizzly bear, but what I want to add to that is a gold albino grizzly, and they are just so hard to come by. We shot a level 6 that's in our multi-mount now, which I think missed gold by about 0.2, and he was our second ever albino male grizzly, and obviously our second ever silver. So the only way I really see this happening is to grind in single player. The odds of doing it in multiplayer are so low. That said, our only two male albino grizzlies were both multiplayer, so I think what we might do today is spend about half the time hunting grizzly in a single player, and half the time somewhat hunting grizzly in multiplayer. I'm guessing there's not going to be a lot of servers that are ideal for their drink time, but we'll kind of see what we can do and see what we come up with. And it was almost fitting, actually, that we started with a level 4 male grizzly, because that's where a lot of the problem lies. It seems like grizzly bear are one of the species that it's just really difficult to even get a gold to begin with, let alone like a gold rare. It's just the ratio of, say, silvers to gold seems to be incredibly lopsided towards silvers, more so than other species, at least in my opinion. But a lot of species like that, I really don't bother trying to get a special gold or anything like that because it is so difficult, but there's just something about a big albino grizzly that really makes me want to attempt it. So we sent off a level 1. We had a warning call from another male. Maybe we can check the tracks, because I don't want to let that level 5 just sit there and give us such an easy shot. What is tough about kind of night hunting is we can't see where their heads are all the time, so be careful and just sort of shoot through the shoulder. The muzzleloader is just insanely powerful, so I don't have any worries about that actually reaching into the vitals. So this guy was a common, and that's one thing about kind of hunting them in the dark that is difficult. Now, we hunted Red Fox a good bit on Yukon, and we shot 2 rares accidentally, where we just kind of took longer shots and couldn't tell that they were rare, but at least in the case of albino grizzly, I don't really see that ever happening. It should be quite obvious whether it's dark or light, but when it comes to potential melanistic grizzly, that I can see kind of happening where we shoot one and don't know about it. So any kind of decently high level grizzly that has a chance of being gold, we definitely need to be careful with those shots, because I don't want to say I would settle for a melanistic grizzly bear gold, because that would be really cool, but I would definitely prefer the albino. If we get a melanistic gold, I'd definitely have to think about it, but just in case one would show up, we definitely have to take our shots seriously. Well, that is incredibly unfortunate. A level 2 male grizzly. I brought the 454, kind of for these situations where we might need more than one shot, and if we could ever get a shot off, maybe without the scope will be a little better. I'd like to try to bring him down. I don't know that I've ever shot a level 2 male. Finally able to get a maybe decent shot. Looks like he's going to go down good and quick, actually. And he's not even... he left a little bit of blood. And that's it as far as tracks. So that's kind of the other reason. Had we used the muzzleloader made a poor shot, who knows what tracking would have been like. But a level 2 male... I feel like level 3 is the smallest I've ever seen for them, so Hall of Shame edition, I suppose. Kinda almost fitting way to get a embarrassingly small grizzly bear is just running around in circles with the 454, but at least we got something added to a trophy lodge today. Well, figures. We finally find level 7 and it's running across the water in front of us. I don't know where he came from. Ooh, that was... actually, the first shot might have been okay because his health had dropped a lot. That turn back, though, after that first shot with a 454 was perfect. It gave us the opportunity to get a definite vital hit, but I thought by the time we got the shot off it said, like, 25 to 50? I really want to know what the first shot was. I felt like we let it a lot, but the thing to remember is the 454 is a pretty slow-moving round, so especially for an animal like grizzly bear that kind of trots quickly, the lead needs to be pretty decent, and yeah, lung shot, and then we even hard shot it. And got double lung, and did it not run a little bit after that? But it was a guaranteed gold 7, although a little less guaranteed with the difficulty of the shot, but I'm really pleased with that. It's almost fitting that earlier I would mention kind of the potential for shooting a melanistic grizzly without knowing, because we're hunting in the dark, but it's fully light out now. In fact, it's almost the end of grizzly bear drink time, and still, with this one back in the brush, it could be, at least in my mind, easy for it to be a Majestic and us not to know, but another level 4, I mean, it's kind of just the way of things with hunting them. I just want to get them down and get some respawns out here, and I think, I mentioned it, the number of males we're seeing has been good, and as we're kind of approaching the end of Grizzly Bear drink time and getting ready to go into multiplayer, at the very least without anything special minus a couple of golds, we've gotten a good number of males to hopefully see some better ones in the future. He was a common, by the way, quite clearly now we can see that when he's not in the brush, and a 57.2 level 4, but it is now in game 7:02, so like the late zones might still be active, but the Grizzlies are going to be starting to leave their zones, so we're going to go and give multiplayer a shot. I really don't know much about Grizzly Bear like rest zones and feed zones, so unless we get a server that's their drink time, it's going to be kind of a shot in the dark, but who knows, we could find something for Grizzly Bear, or we could find something else cool. Well, the good news is, already, multiplayer has produced the biggest bear sighting, a mythical. Not really what we're looking for as far as rares, although that would definitely be a nice level to get a rare Grizzly Bear up. It would be a guaranteed good one. He's still trying to run off, unfortunately, and Grizzly Bears cover a lot of ground really quickly. He finally did go to nervous. This is going to be tough. I think we have to use the 22 to alert him, because the problem is, that was really close to hitting him. The problem is they move so quick and the muzzleloader is such a slow firing round that I feel like if we tried to lead him, it would just end up with him probably ending up like getting hit in the intestines or something, but I think we got a vital. There actually was a decent level 4 moose across the way with him as well, but definitely on a bear hunt we're going to take the mythical. Definitely no complaints. Right long shot at 246 meters. We're a little lower with that, and I tried to keep it high because I knew it was kind of far. We would have hard shot him there with the muzzleloader. That would have been pretty cool. He's not too bad, over 600 kg, about 1 point shy of diamond. But yeah, we haven't been in multiplayer that long, and already we got a good-sized bear. I can't help but at least go and check for moose during their drink time on this map. I always just have this kind of idea, I guess it goes back to the albino diamond moose we shot on Medved. It wouldn't have to be an albino diamond, but an albino moose in the snow on Yukon would be really, really cool. So checking out some of those spots, especially since Grizzly Bear aren't drinking, there's some areas I kind of know well to go through and at least check tracks, and that actually is where the mythical came from. It was a max weight track, and in my experience, tracking down grizzly bears that are spooked can be quite a pain. So that one went pretty well in the fact that we were able to get it quickly, but got ourselves what should be a gold moose anyway out of this lake. And we might check a couple more spots before we go back and maybe run through some other areas that tend to be good for grizzly bear to rest. But I mean, at this point, grizzlies are resting pretty much the rest of the day, so we might as well take advantage of the moose while they're actually out and active. But a 202 gold for that guy, and hopefully there's going to be more along the way. Man, I don't know about that. This has all kinds of potential to be just a terrible experience. There's an injured level 5 moose out here, 50 to 75%, and actually, his antlers to me don't exactly shout diamond. He doesn't have any brow tines. I do know there is a rack shape for the moose that makes diamond with no brow tines, and it might well be this one. Diamond is 274.9, I think, so there is a chance. But how many times have we seen full health animals in multiplayer for some reason end up not passing the 2 shots harvest check? And who knows how many times this guy was hit to be at 5275. I'm really not exactly optimistic here, but we'll try to get him down and see exactly what happened to this one. And it's hard to know why exactly, you know, it wasn't chased down or whatever. Maybe somebody lost the track. I just know that the health indicates that he has been hit already. A muzzleloader heart shot will help to take him down, but yeah, I'm not exactly holding out hope here. It's cool to see a big moose, but I don't know that I'm going to get my hopes up because I really don't want to be disappointed in either of the possible ways that we could be here. I mean, it's a decent looking moose, but you can see literally no brow tines, so let's see what we're working with here. Actually, diamond, 278.2. It's not even showing he was hit though. Like, we double lung. Okay, I think I see the problem now. we double lung hard shot him and not when his head was down. So I think, because whoever shot him in this game must have left, this should be the initial hit. And it sucks, they were so close to actually shooting him in the heart, but we shot him with his head up, so this isn't our shot. Our shot should have been, apparently, the double lung hard shot when his head was up, so the session score is down as if he was shot once. It doesn't show anywhere else, like it's the ammo we used. I wish I could know what happened. I gotta assume that's the shot, but interesting way to get a diamond. I can't say I've done that before. Like, we've definitely shot animals that were hit by somebody else. It showed the harvest check being missed, and we've lost diamonds to that. I don't think we've ever gotten a diamond that someone else shot first, but that's a rack shape we didn't have for a diamond moose, I believe, so that's kind of cool. I figured on that note, we'd go ahead and come back here to the trophy lodge and take a look at our new moose. And I've got to say, the point of the hunt was not to find a diamond moose, but with the new rack shape added to the lodge, and actually where this ended up, I really like it, and it makes me want to go and hunt moose again. Maybe we could eventually move stuff around, but I like the idea of another moose on this side for this back wall. I mean, we have a ton of Cape Buffalo in this lodge, the albino's up there, and then another big diamond here on this side. I don't think we need the small horns diamond Cape Buffalo there. And I don't know, just the size of the diamond moose just fills up that wall a lot better, so that might be kind of the move going forward. Maybe next time we go for grizzly or something on Layton, we can kind of focus on moose as well and maybe get a kind of companion for that guy, but I do think that was a first. I really don't recall ever shooting a diamond that someone else had hit and like wounded like that. And I mean, I wish I could know exactly what happened. I wish I knew like what caliber and whatever was used, and I wish it would have shown that initial hit, but multiplayer can be so weird to begin with. I'm just glad it at least showed us kind of like where the shot hit. And I don't know, it's always cool to kind of accomplish first, especially that we can add to the lodge and kind of keep there. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.